Hi, Phil here from Sturbridge Yankee Workshop in Portland, Maine, and today we're going to talk about assembly for our tiered shelf side table. And now let's take a little time to discuss some features and details about this beautiful side table. First, it's actually made of a beautiful cherry stain, kind of a glossy finish right here. You could put in this small drawer coasters for entertaining, remotes, and numerous things. This would also be fantastic for a bedroom setting as well. And as you see, we have the two-tiered shelves, and you can store books, magazines, or any accessory you have in your home. So this is actually a very convenient table that works both functionally and adds to any decor. Okay, and now before we start the assembly process, as I often mention, you take some time to take a look at the instructions. I have this right in front of me right there. There's two sides to the instructions for the side table. On the front, it's just going to have the basic parts needed for assembly, and on the back, it has three clearly illustrated steps, which we're actually going to be doing together in detail, and it's going to be more than three that we will do as we put this table together. Alright, and now referring to the front page of the assembly instructions, we're going to take inventory of all the parts needed to put the side table together. Starting with A, we have our top assembly right here. Letter B are the four legs, which are right here. Letter C references the two shelves right here. Letter D references the 8 bolts, which are right here. Letter E references the 8 larger flat washers. Letter F references the 8 smaller lock washers. Letter G references the Allen wrench. We'll be needing to put this together. Letter H refers to the 8 wood screws. Letter I refers to the 8 dowels. The one tool you'll need, which isn't included but is necessary to put the table together, is a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, and first, as we begin the process of assembly for the side table, we will flip this upside down, and well, it doesn't actually say in the assembly instructions. We found it a little bit easier to actually take the drawer totally out, but it's totally optional for you as you proceed to the next step. Before we get to the next step of attaching the legs to the top of the table, one note is you will want to take your bolt right over here, and you will be placing on the leg the smaller, the lock washer, and then the flat washer on each of the bolts. You will repeat that for the next 7 bolts. Okay, and the next step, attaching the 4 legs to the top of the table. Keep in mind right here, the flat part of the leg will be on the bottom. We will line up the holes so they will go in flush together right here, and then we will be attaching the bolts. So you'll be attaching both 2 bolts per leg, and you'll be hand screwing a good bit of it, and then you'll use the Allen wrench to tighten it in for a snug fit. After you have your secure fit, you'll be repeating this 3 more times. The next step will be to take one of the shelf corners, and we'll be taking the wood dowels here, and we'll be inserting them firmly into the 4 corners of the shelf, just like this. Next step is to attach the wooden shelf into the 3 legs. Note the 2 wooden pegs right here. We find it a little bit easier to start from this side right here and attaching the wooden dowels into these sides first, these 2 sides right here. using gentle force right there. I've pushed this here and I'm pulling this leg just ever so lightly and getting it to fit snug. And the next step we're repeating as we did before with the previous shelf by putting in the wooden dowels into the corner of the shelf. We will be repeating that same step with the shelf with the non-gloss side facing you. Okay. And as we did before, we're repeating, putting the shelf into the legs, the notch holes of the legs, just with some gentle force right there. We'll line up the holes like this, and on the third leg you'll see just applying some just little gentle pressure right here and pushing this in just like that. Okay, next step we'll be taking the fourth and final leg and attaching that to the table. Again, keep in mind as we did before, the flat surface is going to be on the bottom, and we'll be aligning the holes right up with each other here and to get a snug fit. And next, to get a secure attachment of the leg to the table, we'll take the two remaining bolts and we'll attach those to the upper and the lower holes. With the upper hole, and then to secure and get a snug fit, we'll take the Allen wrench and just get a couple of good tight turns, just like this, just to secure the attachment. Okay, next we'll take one of our 8 wood screws and we'll put that in the hole just like this, and we'll tighten the wood screw just like this. And we repeat this with the second screw. Keep in mind we'll be doing this with the other 2 screws on the top. And the 4 screws on the bottom. Just as a reminder there, we suggested that you possibly take the drawer out. You don't have to, but we found it a little bit easier to attach the legs this way. And when putting the drawer in, this piece right here will line up right with a center piece right here in the middle of the table, and you'll press this down and the drawer will slide right on. There you have it. Another one of my favorites from Sturbridge Yankee Workshop, available to you at www.sturbridgeyankee.com.